All right, so we are on day 12 of Unit 6, Plane Geometry, and this is a cumulative ACT practice over plane geometry topics. So, you try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got 30 degrees. It says angle theta and angle alpha are vertical angles. So that would be theta, that would be alpha. It says if theta measures 30 degrees, what's the measure of angle alpha? Well, they're vertical angles, so it has to be 30 degrees because vertical angles are equal. Okay, try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got H. It says, what is the circumference of a circle that has an area of 49 pi? Well, area of a circle is pi r squared, and circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. They told me the area is 49 pi. Well, that has to equal pi r squared. Divide by pi, divide by pi. I get r squared equals 49. To kill the square, I'm going to take the square root, which gives me a radius of 7. Now that I know the radius, I can compute the circumference, and the circumference is 2 pi times 7, and in terms of pi, obviously, just multiply the 2 and the 7 is 14 pi. Okay? Try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got E. All right, I'm going to label these. They tell me that QRS is similar to LMN. What is the length of line segment LM? Which would be right here. This is what we're looking for. Well, that would be little n. Okay, this would be little q. There's big R, so this is little r. There's big S, so this is little s. Big N, big L, big M, little m. And we know from this statement that little q is proportional to little l, just as little r is proportional to little m, just as little s is proportional to little n. All right, so if I plug in my numbers, I know that little q is 27, little l I don't know, little r is 21, little m is 7, little s is 15, and little n is I don't know. Well, this is the one I'm trying to find, so I'm going to use this proportion. It says 21 over 7 has to equal 15 over little n. And cross multiply, that's going to give me 21n equals 7 times 15 would be 105. Divide by 21, and I get n has to be 5. Okay? Try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got angle, side, angle. It says, which of the following triangle postulates could be used to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF? Well, you got to remember, first of all, AAA doesn't exist, and neither does SSA. Okay, so those two postulates don't even exist. Well, to do side, 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 you would need to know that all three sides are equal. And all my diagram shows me is that I have one pair of sides equal. So that ain't going to work. If I tried side, angle, side, okay, I don't have, again, I would need two sides, and I don't. I have three angles. I know three angles and a side, but I could totally do angle, side, angle. So that would be the postulate that I would go after. Okay? Try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got, I can't tell where that is. All right, it says triangle EFG is an isosceles triangle. What that means is that if the two sides are equal, the two base angles are equal. So if the measure of angle E is 50 degrees, what is the measure of angle F? Well, again, isosceles means base angles are equal. So those two add up to 100. So this has to be, the total of a triangle is 180 minus the two bases would leave you 80 degrees. Okay? Try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. Hopefully you got G. Okay, it's not a 90-degree rotation about the origin. If it was 90 degree, then it would just move over here. Okay, so that would be 90. And then it says, about the origin. Actually, I don't even know what that would look like. G says 180 rotation at about the point 1, -1. So if I do 1, -1, if I rotate around, going this way would be here, and then coming down would be here. Because that's 1, 2 away, so 2 away here, and then 2 away here would be below. So that's your 180 degrees rotation. H, a vertical slide down 4 units, so that would put 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be the red line I just drew, so that's not it. A 90-degree rotation around the point 1, -1 again, that would be over there. And a vertical slide down 9 units, well that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be the red line I drew. So again, it wouldn't be that. It's got to be G. Okay, try this one. Hit pause. Come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got 6. They want the radius of a sphere that has a volume of 288 pi. Your volume of a sphere formula is 4/3 pi r cubed. They want to know the radius. They give me the volume is 288 pi. That equals 4/3 pi times my radius cubed. I don't like the fraction, so I'm going to kill it by multiplying by 3. That gives me 864 pi equals 4 pi r cubed. Divide by 4 pi, and I get r cubed equals 216. Kill the cube with the cube root to both sides, and I get r equals 6. Okay? Try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got 40 degrees. It says P is parallel to Q and are cut by this transversal T. So all of our alternate interior and corresponding and vertical and all those are true. It says if the measure of angle 4 is 40 degrees, what is the measure of angle 8? Well, 40 degrees because they are corresponding angles are equal. Okay? Try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got C. This says that L is parallel to M, and S and T are both transversals that cross L and M and intersect with line M at point C. If the measure of angle BAC is 70 degrees, and the measure of angle 1 is 30 degrees, what is the measure of angle 2? Well, let's see. 2 is vertical to C. So if I could somehow figure out C, I could figure out 2. Oh, well, look. If this is 30 degrees, then this is 30 degrees. And this is a triangle. So the three angles of a triangle have to make 180. So angle C is 180. Take away 70. Take away 30, which is 80 degrees. So if angle C equals 80 degrees, and 2 is vertical to it, then angle 2 is 80 degrees. I like those ones. Those are fun. All right, try this one. Hit pause. Come back when you're ready. Come on. There you go. All right, triangle ABC is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. As soon as I saw 30, 60, I go to my 60 angle. This side is the short. This side is the long. Okay, and the relationship is if this is x, then this is x square roots of 3, and this is 2x. Okay, what are the sum of the lengths of the sides AC and BC? They give me this one is 3x. So 2 times 3 would be 6. And here, if x is 3, I'd have 3 square roots of 3. So the sum would be 6 plus 3 square roots of 3. Because you can't actually add those. One's a radical. Okay, try this one. Hit pause. Come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got B. All right, to do this, if you start with the first one, A, B, C, okay, would be congruent too. Since this AB, right, would be this, okay, then this angle has to equal A, and B has to equal D, and C has to equal F. So if you're going to start with ABC, you have no choice. E lines up with A, D lines up with B, and F lines up with C. And that's not what they wrote, so that's not true. If I try this one and I say, all right, if I put C first, then B, then A, C has to go with F, B has to go with D, and A has to go with E. And that's the way they wrote it, so that's the one that's true. Okay, you can check the other ones, but I wouldn't, in a real test. For 3 or C, they wrote BAC. Well, B corresponds to D, A corresponds to E, and C corresponds to F. So that if this was true, they'd have to write this DEF, and they didn't. Again, if they wrote CAB, well, C corresponds to F, A corresponds to E, and B corresponds to D. They'd have to write this one as FED, and they didn't. And then the last one, they wrote BCA. Well, B corresponds to D, C corresponds to F, and A corresponds to E, so this would have to be written DFE, and it's not. So B is the only one that's true. Okay, try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got J. It says, what is the volume of a right circular cylinder whose base is a circle with diameter of 10 and whose height is equal to the radius? Well, you've got this cylinder here. Okay, and what does it tell me? The circle has a diameter of 10, which means its radius is 5, and whose height is equal to the radius. So the height is also 5. Well, your volume of a right cylinder is pi times r squared times h. So my volume is going to be pi times my radius squared times my height. Well, that's pi times 25 times 5, which is 125 pi units cubed. Okay. All right, try this one. Hit pause. Come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got 16 square roots of 3. It says triangle DEF is an isosceles triangle. And the measure of angle DEF is 120. And the altitude of the triangle is 4. They want the area of triangle DEF. Well, if I split this 120, okay, this what am I trying to say? This perpendicular from this base to that angle splits this, so this would be 60 and this would be 60. Well, since this is 90, I have 30, 60, 90 right triangles here. Well, whatever, okay, this would be the, let's see, this was 30, this was 60. So this would be the short side. This would be the hypotenuse, so that'd be 2x, and this would be x square roots of 3. Okay, so if I know x is 4, then I know that this side is 8, and I know that this side is 4 square roots of 3, which means this is 4 square roots of 3, and this is 8. So they want the area of triangle DEF. Well, that's going to be the base times the height divided by 2. So my base is going to be 4 square roots of 3 plus 4 square roots of 3 is 8 square roots of 3, times my height is 4 divided by 2. Well, that's going to give me 32 square roots of 3 over 2, which gives me 16 square roots of 3. Okay? Try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got K. Which of the following transformations would not place ABC on triangle DEF? Well, if you reflect it across the y-axis, okay, see how this is 2 units away? To go 2 units away, you would be, and flip it over, you would be exactly on top of that. So that would. G, a horizontal slide left 2 and then reflect across the line x equals -1. If I move this 2 over, that would put it like this. And then if I reflect it over x equals -1, that would flip it over that line. So that's true. Okay, H, if I reflect it across the line x equals 2, there's x equals 2, so reflecting over that would put it there. And then a horizontal slide left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, move all 3 points over, and I'm right on top. So that's true. J, a horizontal slide left 4 units and a reflection across the line x equals -2. Well, if I go left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, that puts me here. And then if I reflect across the line x equals -2, flip it right over there, that's true. So K can't be true, but let's check it. A horizontal slide left 3 units, so 1, 2, 3 puts me here. And then if I reflect across the line x equals, oh wait a second, how many over? Horizontal slide left 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3 puts it here. And then if I reflect across the line x equals -2, that would put me over here, not here. So that's the one that would not put it on top of DEF. Okay, try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got 18. It says, what is the area of the right triangle below if AB is equal to 6 foot? Well, what you got to notice is this triangle is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. In a 45, 45, 90, the legs have to be equal. Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So my area is 36 divided by 2, which is 18 feet squared. Okay. That will do it for our day 12, our cumulative review. So I will see you next time.